Raze Chaos!
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to this channel, and I'm so excited right now. I'm excited because I've finally managed to piece together a collection that I've been wanting for quite a while, and yeah, I finally got it. These are, I believe they're Funko, but they came from DC's Legion of Collections, which that was a subscription service that you got, and that was long before I was even into collecting Funko. Yeah, had I known about this sooner, I would have definitely been part of that little group. Because, you know, me and DC, that's what happens. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I had to get them individually, because the only way you got them as a set is to be part of the Legion of Collectors. Once that was gone, it was gone. But yeah, essentially it was like a little bit of a trail, and surprisingly enough, Raven was the hardest one to find. Second hardest was Cyborg, and I pretty much got Nightwing and Starfire almost immediately, because you know how Raze is about his Dick Grayson. So we're going to put this guy away and have a look at him. So yeah, right off the bat, I managed to get Starfire and Nightwing, and I mean, oh my god, you can see that the pegs aren't even popped out. You see the back is just the new Teen Titans bit, and just reminds you that there were three more characters that they could have put in this set that didn't, and that's a little bit upsetting. But yeah, I just love this. I love the Nightwing. This is the Disco Nightwing. Some people have things to say about this, but not me, because I mean, I have loved this character since he first came out, and this was the original character that came out. The only problem I used to have with him is just that high collar. Like, they kind of did that to, you know, show that they did that instead of a cape. He was capeless, so they had to have that thing that they could exaggerate at times. But it didn't really make sense that he would have a high collar when he's the only non-powered character. And if anybody needed to turn their head and look around them, it was him. He was also a detective, and, you know, eye for detail and everything. Now he's got these blinders up. They're not so bad on this figure, but still, it was a character design that left a little bit, and then his collar would like grow and shrink depending on who was drawing him. Yeah, this goes back to my love of George Perez, and yeah, I am very happy that I actually got to wear a t-shirt of this design the first time I met him. And it was funny because he actually complimented me on my shirt, and I was thinking, wow, he likes my shirt. I wonder, oh, I'm wearing one of his designs, because yeah, I didn't even think about that. But that was Nightwing, and he was badass. Since I only managed to get one set of these guys, I'm not taking them out of the package, unfortunately. But then we move on to Starfire, and what I really love about Starfire, she's actually taller than Dick Grayson, which, if you saw, especially at the time watching this, she's always been a taller character, and she definitely worked. This is probably the most accurate Starfire figure I've ever seen, and these are Funko, by the way. Why they didn't continue these things, I don't really understand, because I would think that the Titans alone would have sold very well, except that they put them in the Legion of Collectors box and made it hard to find. Because I mean, if these were on the shelves, I think these would have sold better than they actually ended up selling. Obviously, if I went and tracked them down. But yes, I love the fact that they didn't go too over the top with Starfire's design, which they tended to in the comics. And I love that they gave her really long hair, and yeah, the skin tone, everything about this. Being a huge Teen Titans fan, I gotta respect the design they had going on here. And next up, we go with the other one that I couldn't immediately get, Cyborg, which this is so awesome. You know, I'm a big fan of the Superpowers collection, the line of toys, and Cyborg is one of the hardest ones to get out of that line, and so it was really kind of a, oh God, I finally got a Cyborg! I've loved Cyborg ever since I was a little kid, and they put him onto the Superpowers, the Super Friends team. I mean, just the minute he showed up, he seemed like a normal guy that had just gotten powers. I mean, I understood Cyborg when I was a little kid better than I understood other characters and motivations and everything, because they went ahead and showed his origin in the Super Friends series, and really let you connect with him almost immediately, and did it in such a way that a little kid could understand. So in a lot of senses, Cyborg was one of those characters that I gravitated towards, even though I'd never heard of him before that. But of course, when you consider soon after the mega collector I ended up becoming, Cyborg played a huge part in the collection, the Teen Titans, all of it. So, yeah. And finally, we have Raven. Raven, the daughter of, or the sister of the devil. I always love the fact that she is the daughter of Trigon. Belial in Hell and DC Comics is one of Trigon's sons, and he's also the father of the demon Etrigan, which essentially means this is old Auntie Raven. It cracks me up that, you know, essentially she's on the same power level as the devil. And she has switched sides, but like she is one of the more interesting characters, considering that that is why the new Teen Titans were initially formed, was to help Raven fight her father. And I love this character design, probably most of all, and it has a lot to do with the detail, the positioning of her hands. I so wish I had another set of these that I could just rip them out and pose them. But yeah, Raven, they didn't spare any detail as far as that goes, because she's got the gown that goes all the way down to the ground. You've got the split, and they even included, you can only tell by looking at the bottom part, is that if you remove the cloak, it would be both sides of her body that had the long flap going on to the ground. I absolutely love this. I love that they painted her face to emphasize the shadow that went on with her hood. But yeah, I don't do a lot of figures on this. I've been thinking about changing that and giving you a little bit more as far as the as far as action figures go. I don't collect a lot anymore of action figures, because I kind of went overboard and had to reel myself in, and ostensibly sold them all to get to just kick the habit completely. But yeah, this is a fun one, and as a little bonus on this video, I have to show that the buying action figures is not out of Raze Chaos's reach anymore, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. I mentioned before that I'm a big fan of the Superpowers line of toys that came out in the 80s, and thankfully they put out a since McFarlane Toys has decided to go ahead and bring that back to life. This was a 3-pack that I could not resist. Now this is connected in the fact that the Vigilante actually was a character in the new Teen Titans, and yeah, throughout his story and his spinoff, he was really tied to Dick Grayson quite a bit, and of course, naturally, since HBO Max has used him as a character in the new Peacemaker series, this is a set from that, kind of. One of the things I love about this, and part of the reason why I went ahead and got this 3-pack anyway, is because these are based on the actual comic versions. So these are comic accurate and not necessarily the TV versions. Doesn't make sense that the Vigilante both of his fists are closed in the punching motion, being as how he technically would handle a gun, he would handle nunchucks throughout that show, and I think they just kind of did that to emphasize that this was the comic book version and not the chainsaw wielding version that we got in the Peacemaker series, which I absolutely love. Having Peacemaker here with his big gaudy helmet, that is absolutely awesome. He was a character in the Vigilante series, so it absolutely makes sense that they would put that in the 3-pack on top of that. That's why I wasn't surprised to see Vigilante in the show. And then you've got the comic accurate Judo Master, which is so freaking awesome. It's one of those characters I never thought I would get an action figure of, and then once I did, I realized how badly I needed it. Doesn't look at all like the TV show, which that is a completely different character, has nothing to do with this guy. So yeah, I am absolutely thrilled to have gotten this. I just happened to spot this at GameStop and picked it up. It was the only one they have. That's why it's still in the package. But you got to know that once Raze gets another one of these, he's gonna have these guys out and moving. It's absolutely awesome. It also emphasizes the excitement that I have over the season 2 of Peacemaker, and yeah, wasn't quite gonna turn this into that, but like, yeah, I'm just too excited not to. So let me know in the comments below if you would like to see a little bit more action figure stuff that I do. There wouldn't be much because I don't really do them anymore, but I do have a small, I've got remnants of the old collection and the ones I just couldn't part with. So I would love to see about getting that, dusting some of those guys off and bringing them out and show them off in their glory. Because as you know, DC is Raze's favorite of all comics. Even though I kind of shied away from everything, those characters are my childhood, and I always lean back towards them. And you know, they're kind of, you know if Raze is doing it, there's probably gonna be something obscure that you've never heard of before. Chances are. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here now, and let me know of this little group who your favorite character is. Let me know which one of these toys is your favorite, be it the 3-pack, be it any one of these Titans. I'm gonna put this down so you can see them again, and never forget, the life is full of odd moments. You never know when you're gonna be defined.